Shalom, 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 shalom. Before we even get started with this listen, first and foremost, we want to start by giving all praises and glory to Yahawah bahasham, Yahawashi bahasham, Watash. Secondly, want to give double honors to the Elders Apostles and the Bishops of Great Millstone who rule well and worthy of double honors. And third and lastly, want to give salutations to all the Akim, that's of the hopeful elect, that pushing forth this word in the truth in righteousness and sincerity throughout the four corners. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Brother Hakar of GMS South Carolina Midlands branch back with another listen, another video here. And pretty much, man, what I want to read from, I'm going to read Job, the 20th chapter, and I'm going to start I'm going to start at verse 5. I'm going to read Job 20 and 5. And we're just going to read it on out, man. Just going in the spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to read Job 20 and 5, starting at verse 5. And we're just going to read on down through the spirit, man. And this right here, as you know, going into the judgment Yahawashi is going to bring on Esau, all right, the wicked, all right, and that's starting with the elite of Esau, the super elite of Esau, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, the one percenters, the super elite banking family, man, the devils that actually rule and make laws and make decisions, that print out fake motherfucking V-out money and shit, you know, okay, you know, Esau, who, you know, it's the end of the world, and you better believe, man, this devil ain't got but a couple of seconds left, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. So Esau, man, you on your last leg, you damn devil. But nevertheless, man, Job 20, it's gonna go into all of that, man. It's gonna go into your Most High allowing you to start off your one world order. But guess what though? You know, Yahawashi is not going to allow you to fully establish. You're going to kick it off. The Most High going to let you kick it off due to prophecy, say, because you got to fulfill prophecy on the left-hand side, you goddamn devil. All right, you got to bring in the charagma, which is the mark, going back to Revelation 13, 16 to 17, going back to the Greek, the charagma. All right, what you devils got to bring in the charagma, man. And you're going to try to make everybody get the charagma by killing the dollar bill, collapsing the dollar bill, and putting this daggone digital currency, which is that charagma, that digital currency, all right, the C hip, that you, if you don't have that C hip implanted, a cutting, all right, of the flesh to implant it inside of you, and that's how you giving, you know what I'm saying, the beast of power. If your ass accept that C hip and you allow that C hip to go in your right hand on your forehead, that's a wrap. If you're a Hebrew Israelite, that's a goddamn fucking wrap. And Yahawashi is going to allow Esau to usher it in, man. Really, this Most High more. We give this devil too much fucking credit. Honest, in actuality, this actually Most High's more. He going to use Esau, all right? You know what I'm saying? Because we all, everybody number puppets of Yahawashi. Ain't nobody, ain't no such thing as no free will. Everybody doing the will of Yahawashi. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? He going to use Esau, the wicked, to bring forth the charagma, all right, to set forth this one world order. And this charagma, it is going to be a one world currency right here, man. This time we coming in, the warning we giving out, all right, before this devil go down, before Yahawashi take this devil out, the Most High had to have this devil be revealed, man. And the Most High revealing this devil by the mouth of his prophets, all right, by the mouth of Esau's own people, all right. Other heathen nations be exposing the whole world, exposing Esau. The earth itself exposing Esau, punk ass, man. Everything exposing Esau behind, man. All right, but nevertheless, man, let's start. Let's get into it. Job 20 and 5. That the triumphant of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment, because a thousand days to us. 1,000 days to us, man, is one day to Yahawashi, man. All right, you know. So the Most High don't look at time as we look at time at the end of the day. Okay, all right. So, you know, we can look at Esau being ruling for 500 years. What last what 500 years? This devil been ruling. All right, and to us, it's like, damn, that's a long damn run. That's a long time. But in the eyes of Yahawashi, dang, Esau ain't been ruling. Esau ain't been ruling a whole week yet, man. A week is 7 days, man. So Esau ain't even been ruling a full week, man. He ain't been ruling a full week in the eyes of Yahawashi. All right, he's approaching the weekend, make that full week, but hey, man, Most High is gonna cut his time short, man, as the scriptures say. All right, it says that the tribe of the wicked is short, right? And we know the wicked is Esau. He the third category of man. And we can get the book of Malachi 1 And 4, to prove who is the wicked according to the scriptures, man. All right. Matter of fact, let me start at 1, man. Bump that. I love to hear the Lord love Jacob, but yet he hate Esau. Because you Christians out there, man, y'all swear up and down that the Lord love every goddamn body, man. But then when we bring out scriptures, Malachi 1 and 2, just one of many, to prove that the Lord is not all love, at the end of the day, when we bring these scriptures out, it be crickets, man. People ain't got nothing to say at the end of the day, man. All right. But anyway, they'll tell us, oh, y'all making up your own interpretation. That really don't mean that. You know, niggas, niggas always gonna find a loophole to save Esau, man, and continue on to push Esau Renaissance Christianity, man. But nevertheless, Malachi 1 and 1, starting at verse 1, the burden of the word of the Lord, all right, Yahawah to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord, Yahawah. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord, Yahawah. Yet I love Jacob, which Jacob, you so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans, so-called Hispanics, all right, you know what I'm saying, which make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, all right, and if your father, all right, if your father lineage goes back to one of those 12 tribes, that means you're Israelite. Simple as that. Your nationality determined through your father, pursuing back to Numbers 1 and 18. As we continue on, seeing that Jacob is loved by Yahawah, verse 3, and I hated Esau. So Yahawah said, what? He hated Esau, punk ass, man. All right, and it ain't never freaking changed. And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness, man. All right, you know, okay. It says, whereas, because Esau come from the clefts, man, the rocks, man. All right, that's why he called himself Caucasian. And what the word Caucasian mean? What? A cave dweller, man. All right, you know, okay. Now, continuing on, hint, continuing on. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, talking about, you know, so-called white man, starting with the super elite. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Hey, as you can see, America, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, okay. It says, but we were, which we're coming to the end of Esau's run, man. The devil almost fucking up out of him. We can't fucking wait because the devil being fucking revealed. Going back to 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. And before the Most High can bring this devil kingdom down, this fucking devil had to be exposed on all levels, man. All right. It says, let's start back at verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord, Yahawah of hosts. They shall build, but I would throw down, which is America. America will be thrown down by them thermonuclear missiles, man, which we coming into. All right, that time, courtesy of World War III. All right, where Yahawah is gonna guide. He's gonna guide every single missile, man. All right, you know, and none of them gonna break their ranks. All right, you know, okay, and that destroying wind is gonna come through those thermonuclear missile warheads, man. All right, you know. So, and all of Babylon is gonna be burned up, and all the wicked ass 2/3 niggas of Israel gonna get burned up along with these fucking heathen nations that's left there in fucking Babylon, man. All right, that's the future prophecy. That's the future judgment that's coming to this place, man. All right, you know, it says, continuing on verse 4, middle part of verse 4, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, man. So Yahawah said these devils are the border of wickedness, man. All right, you know, and I know my brother Priest Ironwide, you know, in that camp, that brother always loved to go into that word border, which really goes back to the definition. The definition of the word border just means expertise, man. All right, you know, so when it comes to wickedness, and nobody's on a higher level of wickedness when it comes to the so-called white man. Are other people, other nations are wicked too? Yeah, you got wicked ass people of all nations, man, including Israel. All right, you know. But nobody exceeds the wickedness when it comes to Esau, man. He's the Michael Jordan of it, all right? He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT when it comes to wickedness, man. It says, and the people against whom the Lord Yahawashi have indignation forever. So Yahawashi said he gonna have indignation, which means righteous anger towards this particular nation of people, which are Edomites, so-called white people, forever, man. So they ain't never changed, man. So how the fuck y'all gonna get salvation? The Lord said, when Yahawashi said out of his own mouth, he have indignation against you forever, man. So the Most High say he always gonna have smoke with you, Esau. Yahawashi always gonna have smoke for this damn devil, man. All right, and motherfuckers that like to defend this fucking devil too, man. All right, now let's continuing on, man. So we know who the wicked is. All right, you know when it goes into verse 5, the wicked is the triumphant of the wicked is short. So you know the wicked have to be ruling. Process of elimination. Who rules the world, man? Who face on the dollar bill, man? At the end of the damn day, man. Okay, all right. Who has U.S. embassies throughout the whole fucking world, man? All right, America, Babylon, man. So-called white man, man. Why everybody have to use the central banking system at the end of the day? And who controls the central banking system? The so-called white man. Man, we need to go more, man. We need to fucking go more, man. Let's continue on, man. Verse 6, it says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds. Yeah, because devil pride, he's in, you know, like I said, last couple of seconds of his rulership, the Most High about to bring his ass down low, man. He's in his heaven now, but the Most High about to bring him to fucking hell, man, which represents captivity, slavery, a low estate, you know what I'm saying, the grave, man, which he's coming into, all right? And that's what he losing sleep over. That's what he trying to offset property. You can't offset the words of Yahawah Shai. You can't offset judgment of Yahawah Shai, you fucking devils. But anyway, you're gonna learn yet. All right. Verse 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Yeah, one time you was in a power seat, you know what I'm saying? You was ruling. You were policing the whole fucking world. You always on fucking camera, trying to perpetrate people, a nation of people, or just perpetrating, period. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you not. You try to act like you are upstanding, noble, or in people of integrity. You the fucking devils, man. You the fucking got all of you damn devils, man. At the end of the day, man. Okay, right? But you portray around like your ass is damn righteous. We Christians, and you know what I'm saying? We bought Christianity. You ain't bought Christianity over here in America at the end of the day or what? You bought wickedness, man. Well, you did. You bought Renaissance Christianity. I take that shit back. You bought Renaissance Christianity over here. I take that fucking shit back. Bought white Jesus over here. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Gotta put it in full context though. All right. It says, verse 7, though he shall perish forever like his own dung, which have seen him and shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night, man. Because you definitely going to be in slavery. You going hardcore slavery, hardcore captivity. All right. And then after that, man, you serve your 1,000 years hardcore slavery and captivity. Hey, man, as a nation, we're going to round your ass up. And we going to genocide you as a nation of people, man. We're going to get genocide, man. Get eliminated, man. All right. That's future prophecy, baby. It says, verse 8, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. Because them curses is going to come back on Esau, going back to Deuteronomy 30 and 7. All right, let me get that real quick. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. Let me read that real quick. All right. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. It's read, and the Lord, Yahawah, thy God, thy power, will put all these curses upon thy enemy and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee, man. You know what I'm saying? And we already know, you know what I'm saying, Esau, you know what I'm saying, he hated Jacob, man. All right, you know, Esau hated Jacob. You know what I'm saying? We already know. Because of the blessing, man. All right? We already know that. Well, that's going back to Genesis right there. Let me see what scripture that was. Let me see here. Okay. Alright, get that out of the way. Let's see. think that was, hold on, was that hated? Let me see, hated Jacob. Hold on, let me see. Y'all bear with me, bear with me. There we go. Genesis 27:41. There we go. And it says, gotta read some context. All right, Genesis 27:39, point gonna be in verse 41. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. Matter of fact, let me jump up a little bit. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I start at verse. I start at verse 37. All of it's good, man. It's going into, you know what I'm saying, Jacob and Esau, you know, Jacob, which already preordained to get the blessing. But for time's sake, man, let me get straight to the point. All right, you know, Esau, man, like I said, he sold his birthright. His stupid ass, man. He went to Jacob, which was already preordained. Now he crying to pops, he crying to pops now, man, because he like, Dad, you ain't got no more blessings, pops. You got no more blessings. Oh, dumb ass, you gonna sell? Really, you sold your heritage, your birthright, your you know, rulership, man. Dummy. All right, not now you mad, man, because you didn't have patience. But anyway, Genesis 27. All right, I start at verse 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, which is Jacob, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of the heaven from above. All right, so that devil got all these resources, he got all the riches, and which most I gonna make him vomit all that shit up. All right, going back to Job, 20th chapter. But anyway, finishing up, and by thy sword thou shalt live and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So Esau, and it start off at verse 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live. So Esau, you know what I'm saying, his blessing is a sword, man. All right, who comes up with all types of methods of destruction, man? Then Esau, this fucking goddamn devil. Who come up with the atomic bomb? Who come up with the nuclear bomb, nuclear missiles, man? At the end of the day, all right, like atomic bomb wasn't worse enough. You gotta come with something even stronger, man. Nuclear missiles, man. BCMs, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? Ballistic missiles, man. All right, So that's this devil's blessing right here. All right, you know what I'm saying? The sword. All right. It says that Esau, he lived by it and he died by it. It says, and by thy sword shalt thou live and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau, here's a key word. And Esau hated Jacob. Yeah, so Esau hated Jacob. Period, bro. All right. So yeah, he's one of our fucking enemies, man. All right. Our major enemy, our number one enemy, man. When you go in the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, they mention this devil twice. Well, you go in book of Obadiah too. He go into his future judgment. All right, of Esau. He's the only nation that will not receive any mercy from Yahawashi after they serve their hardcore 1,000 years of hardcore slavery. These devils gonna be placed, you know what I'm saying? These devils, the whole house of Esau, man. Hey man, they gonna be in the pit, man. And you already know what we gonna do, man. They gonna be fire. Oh yeah. Fire, baby. Fire time, baby. All right. But let's continue on. And it says, Esau hated Jacob. See? And it said Esau loved Jacob. It says, and Esau hated Jacob. And that's his whole fucking house, man. All Edomites, man. All right? It says, because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob, man. So them sentiments Esau still have to this very doggone day or whatnot, man. All right? So we see the hatred Esau has, you know what I'm saying, for Jacob, along with other heathen nations. Heathen nations, they don't give a damn about us neither. And reading again, Deuteronomy 30:7, and the Lord, Yahawah thy God, will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And we already know, all right, we done read, you know what I'm saying, you goddamn evil twin brother Esau, he hated thee. And he hated thee to the point the way he said he was going to put Jacob to death, in which that happened through his seed, man. Through the seed, man. All right, through the bloodline, that happened. That perpetual hatred, going back to Ezekiel, the 35th chapter, man. All right. Now let's get back what it was. I believe we left off Job 20 and 9, man. All right. And it says, I start verse 8. He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night, man. Because eventually, man, Esau, like I said, the Most High, we read on down, the Most High is going to humble this devil, you know what I'm saying, and something with the super elite, all right? And these devils going back, pursuing back the Psalms 149th chapter, man, their nobles, man, their rulers are going in chains of iron, man, yokes of iron at the end of the day, which represents slavery and captivity. The super elite, when we round up these super elite, they're going to be the first ones going into slavery and captivity of their people, man. All right. It says, verse 8, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. So it's like we had a badass fucking nightmare, man, at the end of the day. When the Most High pull this bastard out of power. All right. It says, the eye also which saw him shall see him no more. Neither shall his place any more behold him. If he going, yeah, he gonna be, yeah, them curses gonna come on him. And he ain't gonna be the head, and his ass gonna be the fucking goddamn tail, man. Where his ass belong, man. All right. It says, along with the other heathen nations, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Yeah, that's the judgment Yahawashi shall gonna place with the Edomites, man. The devils ain't getting away with shedding the blood of God's chosen people at the end of the day, man. You devils gonna have to pay for that. And most, hey, you gonna have to double up, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You devils ain't getting away with a goddamn thing, boy. You got these proud devils all on social media talking shit against the truth. Oh man, we ain't going no slavery captivity, nigga. All right. Keep waiting, man. You ain't gotta wait for so long, cause you know prophecy is right there around the corner, man. Most I gonna humble you, damn devils, man. Nevertheless, reading verse 12. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. Yet his meat in his bowels is turned, it is the gall of asp within him. He have swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahawah shall cast them out of his belly. Yeah, man. So it says he has swallowed down riches. Going into Esau, talking about the super elite, because he devils been and took the gold, the silver standard away from the dollars. They done harvest all the gold and silver to them. They print out money within goddamn. They print out money with thin air and shit at the end of the day, which is not real money because it's not backed by anything at the end of the damn day or whatnot. All right. So all the riches, and then what this devil did, man. This devil, you know what I'm saying, through his contracts, all right, you know what I'm saying? And when you decide, let's say you decide to work on a job and you an employee, another word for employee is what? A servant, what a slave or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? When you say you you an employee or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Another word for employee is a servant, a slave or whatnot. So on this side, you know what I'm saying, Israel, we're slaves by what? Contract up under this goddamn devil. All right, when Yahawashi brought us over here, pursuing back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68, that was that hardcore channel slavery right there, where we would sell on auction blocks. You know what I'm saying? When your ass working them damn fields, sun up to sun down. You know, you 3/5 of a damn fucking man and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, devils. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that was hardcore. You know what I'm saying? You know, part of the curses. Then, around the 19th century, you know, they're starting to lighten up, man. You know, all right, Yahawashi shall start lighting up the burden of our captivity, to where, you know what I'm saying, and how Esau got all his riches. How he got all his riches? By the backs of Jake, man, slavery. The northern kingdom, what he did, the land was already plentiful with resources, gold, silver, all types of resources and minerals and coins and jewels and rubies and shit. You know what I'm saying? And what Esau, he robbed the northern kingdom of all the riches. All right. He stole the fucking land. Then he bought the southern kingdom, they brothers over here to work the fucking land. And this devil got rich off our fucking people, man. Off the backs of our fucking people. Off the inventions of our people, man. But the Most High say, verse 15, he have swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahawah shall cast them out of his belly. So this devil ain't gonna be able to hold nothing, man. Yeah. You ain't gonna be able to hold that, man. Yeah, we gonna need that, Esau. Yahawashi mouth shot gonna need that, you damn devils. He shall suck the poison of asp, the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. And we so fucking happy, you fucking devils, man. I want you, misery, man. That's what coming to you, damn misery, man. All right, you know, okay, you gonna catch your hell, man. That's slavery. Hey, man, most High about to hand over to your ass, man. You, along with these heathen nations, but you gonna be the lowest of the total pole in slavery, Esau. Righteously so, because you got Israel at the bottom, okay? And your ass gonna be at the bottom, nigga. That which he labored for shall he restore and shall not swallow it down. Yeah, that's right. You ain't gonna be able to pass it down to you. Generation, and none of that. All y'all going into slavery. You in your household going into slavery, man. All you ugly ass Edomites going into slavery, man. All right? It says that which he labored for shall he restore and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, which is Israel, because he have violently taken away in house, which he buildeth not. Yeah, he took away land, man, from the northern kingdom, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? When they came over here to the Americas, man. All right, you robbed, man. You raped and you murdered, man. The people of this land, man, the natives of this land, indigenous people of this land, which was the northern kingdom. All right, you know, the Indian tribes, man. All right, the northern kingdom, man. All right, okay, and you think you devils, all right, ain't gonna have to answer for all the fucking wickedness you did to God chosen people. You motherfucker got another damn thing coming, walking around here like you motherfucking innocent and shit, man. With your nose in the motherfucking air and shit or whatnot. Like the Most High is not gonna pay you bastards back, man. All right, and you bastards got the nerve to say that slavery was good. It was a good thing. Well, guess what? If it's a good thing for us, it's gonna be a great thing for you motherfuckers, man. How about that, man? All right, and no bitching either. No bitching, Esau. All right. Verse 20, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desire. Man, ain't no peace coming to you damn devils, man. No quietness coming to you. And no rest, man. I ain't giving you fucking devils no fucking rest, man. All right. Verse 21, man. All right. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods, man. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Yeah, difficulty, man. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Yeah, all them curses gonna come upon his goddamn devil. And the ultimate curse is gonna be, you know, it really was Esau thought was a gift, but really what he thought was a gift really was a curse, man. That nuclear missile, the Yahawashi Mouth Shah putting the spirit on this damn devil to create the atomic bomb, to split the atomic bomb, man. Really to destroy his own self, man. All right, you know? So the Most High had his devil in a trick bag, man, at the end of the day. But nevertheless, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahawashi Mouth Shah shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. All right? And see, you know, so this devil, he's going to escape the thermonuclear missile holocaust. His ass ain't going to be in that lake of fire. All right? You know what I'm saying? But Yahawashi Mouth Shah going to have the super elite. And I say him, I'm talking about the super elite of Esau. The regular 6-pack, 9 to 5, mega Edomites out here in America. Hey, them regular Edomites, hey, they gonna get burned up over here in fucking Babylon, man. All right, but the upper echelon, the elitists of Esau, okay. All right, them devils, Most High gonna allow them to escape in their bunkers just for, you know what I'm saying? Cause gotta keep. Most High can't destroy the whole remnant, the whole seed. So you got to keep a remnant of these damn devils, you know what I'm saying, you know, the super elite of Esau to bring forth back their nation, because that's the reason the Most High is not going to allow their ass get burned up over here in Babylon. They, you know what I'm saying, they're going to escape that so they can be the first ones going into fucking slavery and captivity, be the first ones round up. Jeremiah 16:16, man. All right. Verse 25, Job 20:25. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him, going into the missiles. All darkness shall be hid in the secret place. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. Ooh, Ooh, it shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. Yeah, going against Esau. Esau. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity. Ooh, and the heaven is revealing all his iniquity through the internet, through the World Wide Web, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, all this truth is coming out on the internet, man, on Esau, and mainly starting with the prophets, man, of great millstone, start from the elders, apostles, elder bishops on down to us, man. All right, okay, and you got whistleblowers and shit. You got whistleblowers or people that so-called woke, we woke, and all this bullshit or whatever. Everybody exposing this damn devil Esau, man. Even his own people, man. All right, exposing this devil, man. Verse 28, the increase of his house shall depart. Cause he going into slavery, man. And his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. Talking about the super elite, man. All right. It says, this is the portion of a wicked man from Yahawashi and the heritage appointed to him by Yahawah. There you have it, man. There you have it. So Esau, punk ass, like I say, starting with a super elite, going into slavery, going into captivity, gonna get rounded up. All right. So they better enjoy the last couple of seconds left. Cause they going into slavery and captivity for the nation of Israel up under 1,000 years, man. All right. And Most High gonna slow back time on these damn devils too. All right, because he only speed up time for the elect's sake in you devil's kingdom. All right, you know what I'm saying? So he can hurt and put you bastards out of power, man. Most I cut you devil's time short. But nevertheless, Psalms 147, 19 and 20. No, I ain't meant to get Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Damn, shalak. Psalms 149. All right, we're going to start at verse 6. Man, start at verse 5. Psalms 149, verse 5. Let the saints, which are Israel, all right, start with the let, be joyful in glory. Let them sing out loud upon their beds. And that's actually be happening, man. All right. Let the high praise, that's literal. Let the high praise of Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi be in their mouth and the two-edged sword in their hand. Literal. All right. To execute vengeance upon the heathen. All right. And punishments upon the people. Going into Esau punk ass. To bind their kings. See, the super elite. That's why they're escaping. All right. The nuclear holocaust. Most High ain't gonna allow them to be burned up over here in Babylon for the simple fact that the Most High gonna allow them to be preserved, because they're gonna be the first ones round up in slavery and captivity. What we read in Psalms 149 verse 8, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with feathers of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. See, all right, prophecy, baby. This honor have all the saints. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh, man. All right, but with that, that's the end of my listen, and I pray and I hope that it was edifying to the body of hopeful elect. And with that, I want to say shalom, shalom to the hopeful elect, shalom.